Okay, hopefully this worked. I just like completely redid it. Tell me if you're here and I can see the chat now. Okay. I see that like people are here. Okay. Oh my God. Y'all, technology stresses me out sometimes. Oh my God. I'm going to give it a couple extra seconds. Okay. I hate when that happens. Yay, it worked. Beatrice, you know the struggle where you're just like, ah. Also, I want to make sure that this is focused correctly. Here I am. Hi. Oh my God. It's like, I do everything to minimalize the issues, but sometimes they just pop on up. So how's everybody feeling? How you doing? I'll give myself a little more side light. Ah, look at that. Wow. I'm excited for today's class. Kind of think I need to do it without this shirt because I don't really know where to hook my microphone. Woo. So here's our little plan today, which is always just interesting because I structure myself when I teach these classes, but I try to also leave it very open for improvisation. And my theme that I wanted to work with this week in particular was synchronized or synchronization. And so we're going to be syncing some interesting movements together. This will be very breath to movement. This will have some pace because this is a power flow. And whether that intimidates you or not, you're already doing so much synchronization when you're doing a physical practice like that. You're moving breath to movement. You're working with your breath. You're adapting. You're adjusting. So I want to let you know that the concepts that we're playing with today are things that you're already doing. I just want to like draw attention to it, if that makes sense. Cool. I'm going to give it like an extra couple minutes because I redid the link just to make sure that people find themselves. Yeah, and let me know in these next couple minutes if there's anything in particular that you want to tap into today, because I like knowing that too. Let me delete that thing. Put that there. Also, I'll comment on the post. Maybe that'll help. If you have a block, let's definitely use that. Hey, Miss Shayla. We're dragging our feet today because that's how we do it. All right. So I say we get started standing. Why not? Because it's Monday. Oh, not like that means anything, but for some of you it's morning, for some of you it's evening, and sometimes you gotta like stand up to get yourself going. So in this playlist, I want to go to the second song. Mind you, I've got some blocks and maybe like a blanket for my knees just in case. We're going to go to that second song. I just press play right now. Let me put this shit on Do Not Disturb. Don't disturb me. We're going to stand hip width distance apart. So one thing that I want to go over is that your hip width distance could look really different from other people's hip width distance because your hips are your hips. And also, if you're naturally prone to an external rotation or if you're a little bit internally rotated, I want you to take that into consideration and honor that direction that your body wants to be in. And in this standing position, I want you to just notice how your body feels. One of the blessings of working at home and not in a mirrored studio is I was so focused on the way things looked as opposed to how they feel. And in a home practice without a mirror, I have like a tiny one right there. All of my focus has gone to feeling, and I think that's so rad. So let's feel. Do you feel like your posture's a little bit broken down? Maybe you get to stand a little bit taller here. And then let's feel out, rocking from side to side. So leaning to the right foot, to the left foot. So just this gentle little weight shift. And then we'll find your center, and I want you to lean forward into the toes and back into the heels. Sometimes when I do this, I like to lean back and lift my toes and then grip them back into the ground. It feels pretty good to use my toes in that way. And then let's go into like a circle. So I want you to lean forward, lean to the left, heels, and to the right. And we're going to do this a couple more times. And then we'll go into the other direction, feeling out your foundation, which is actually something we're going to be working on next week. Foundational work. Now meet yourself all the way back into center. And I want you to take your arms up above your head. Oof. Feel free to arch your back, lift your chest, kind of reach with one arm, reach with the other. Maybe you reach with one arm and the opposing heel lifts off the ground, just to maximize the stretch in your side body. And then work your way all the way down into forward fold. Heels are flat onto the ground. Please bend your knees as much as you need here to make this feel comfortable for you. And relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Two more breaths. I just really like forward folds. I kind of want to stay in them forever. I live here now. Okay, let's walk the hands up onto the shin bones. Lengthen out through your spinal column. Feel the little booty bones reach behind you. And then plant your hands onto the ground and step back into a high plank position. Good. It's our first one of the day. And again, this is a power flow, so we're going to be doing some power moves. But know that if you're still building strength or if you're not feeling all the way warmed up for that yet, you can always place your knees onto the ground. But we're only here for 10 more seconds, so let's see what we can do. Lengthen your tailbone back and behind you. Engage your quadriceps. You're there for 3. There for 2. And 1. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up to the sky. Woo! Pedal out the legs a little bit. And then settle into some stillness. into the body. Now, all the little microfibers and micro tissues in the body, I want those to still hug you and support you. One more breath in, breath out. Walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat. And really slowly start to roll yourself all the way up to standing. This is the moment that I put my boobs back in my bra. And we're going to play and warm up our arms a little bit. So I want you to hold your right palm in front of you like you're looking into a mirror. Turn it behind your head and then lengthen the arm up to the sky and sweep it all the way down. Mirror, back of head, up and down. I'm going to do that facing you. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Swoop, swoop, swoop. So you're working through some rotation through the arms. This is actually warm-ups that I would do when I was doing aerial stuff. It kind of feels like swimming. Last two. Last one. And other side. Hold up your left hand like a hand mirror. Turn it behind you, lift up. Face, head, up and down. Last three. Last two. Last one. Nice. Now let's reach both of your arms up to the sky. Now these hands were just in neutral position with the palms facing you. And here's what I want you to do. Without too much swinginess into the hips, reach your right arm back, your left arm forwards like you're opening up into the twist. Good. Take those arms all the way back up to the sky. Do the same thing over to your left. Good. Keep going. Up and over to the right. Up and over to the left. Now, every time we're twisting, we're exhaling. All right, let's get your brain working a little bit more with this. Back up into center, open up to your right. And listen, I want those arms to continue their pattern all the way down by your hips. Open up to the other side and keep going. Yeah. So you're just finding these twists, but a continuous circle. For 3, for 2, and 1. Back up into center. We're going to move in the other direction. Open up to your left. Continue the pathway. Open up to right. Back up to the sky. Keep going. So even though your chest is opening, I'm trying to keep my hips kind of quiet. For 3. Wow, my arms are like burning. 2. And 1. Arms all the way back up to center. Listen, listen, listen. Open up to right. Back up to center. Open up to the left. To the right. To the left. To the right. Last time. To the left. Last time. Oh, shit. My right arm didn't even move. Forward fold. Take it all the way down. Wow. Whew. Halfway lift. Lengthen. Take your hands to the ground. Let's walk you back forward into a high plank. Lower your knees to the ground. Lift your chest to the front. Inhale, breath. And with your exhale, cat the back and round your spine. Nice. Keep going through your cat cows. We're just giving your arms a little bit of a break here. Good. Yeah. And if there's any other movements that come kind of naturally to you while you're doing your cat cows, I encourage you to do them. So that can be like little hip bumps. Y'all know what I like to encourage you to do. Full chest circles. We've got 10 seconds. Last 3. Good. Last 2. And 1, I want you to find a neutral spinal position. Now lengthen your right leg behind you. Feel some engagement into your glute space. Yeah. And if and only if you feel like doing it, left arm is going to reach forward in front of you. This is going to challenge your balance a little bit more. Now take an inhale breath here. And with your exhale, pull the left elbow and the right knee together underneath your body. Good. Again, inhale, lengthen. Try to feel the glute engagement there. Exhale, pull underneath. Keep working and notice how much weight you're leaning into this right hand. Notice if the shoulder is collapsing. I still want you to have a really nice engaged shoulder. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Re-engage and elongate this right leg, but plant the left hand back down onto the ground. Right leg swoops all the way off to the side. Try to flatten the foot to the earth. And if the hip cramps, do a couple of little hip bumps here and come back into your cat-cows. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, round and contract. Last 3. 2. Very good. And 1, neutralize your spinal column. Tuck your left toe, and I want you to step back into downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Travel both feet to the front, hopping, taking a little step. Halfway lift. See if both toes can touch here. Exhale, forward fold. Now rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, take your arms by side body. Inhale, sweep arms up to sky. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Fold to plant, step back into a high plank. Now we're going to do our first chaturanga here. Shift forward, bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Hold for a breath in. Shift forward another inch for an exhale. Upward facing dog or your low cobra. Lengthen, open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Now take yourself back forward to tabletop and lengthen your left leg behind you. Feel the glute engage, feel the glute work. You can stay here and still do what we were doing, or reach your right arm forwards if you want to make life a little bit harder. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull elbow to knee. These always make me so sweaty right away. If you're with me on the sweatiness, last 3, 2, last 1. Now re-extend the leg, but plant the right hand to the ground. Take this leg all the way over to your left. Try to flatten the foot to the earth. Woo. If you get the little hip bump cramps, then get a little movement in there. And we're going to go back through cat-cows. Reach the heart forward, inhale. Exhale, round and contract, navel to spine. Last 3, 2, and 1. Neutralize your spine, tuck your right toe, step it back into downward facing dog. Heels high, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat. Big toes touch if possible, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. And with your exhale, forward fold, take it all the way back down. Halfway lift, lengthen, hands compressed to shin bones. Fold and plant, chaturanga, high to mid plank. Hold that mid plank, shift forward another half inch. Good, upward facing, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's take a big walk to the front of our mat. And I want you to go hip width distance apart on those feet. Let's snatch up actually 2 blocks. I know on the thing I said 1 block, but I do want to play with 2 if possible, if you've got it. Sorry. Press into your blocks, lengthen through the arms. If you've got no blocks, that's okay. You can still go fingertips to the earth. Now let's lift up your heels nice and high. I want you to feel like you're just kind of balancing and floating, trying to point the tailbone behind you there. And then we're going to bend into your knees 90 degrees. Just come up onto your fingertips on these blocks. Now reach your right arm forwards. Reach your left arm forwards. Right hand down. Left hand down. Stay with me, quads. Left arm forwards. Right arm forwards. Left hand down. Right hand down. Last time. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, and right. Elevate your butt cheeks again, and then lower your heels down to the ground. Place the block underneath your right hand on its lowest level. Place your hand onto it. I want you to step back, taking that second block and lowering your knee onto it. So it's just like that tabletop position we were doing earlier, except with blocks. Now, if you notice, my toe is tucked right here. Right leg is going to reach back behind me again. Left arm reaches forward. Again, working elbow to knee with the option of lifting the left toes off of the ground. For some reason, it's harder. It makes me struggle so much. Last 3, 2, and 1. Just one time helicopter. Left arm to the left, right leg to the right. Hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Take it all the way back to center and lower everything down. Let's switch. Block onto left hand. Block under right knee. After this, no more funny business, okay? You know that's a lie, don't you? I know. Okay. Right toe is tucked. Left leg reaching back. Nice engagement here. Right arm reaches forward. Elbow to knee. With the option of picking the toes off the ground. It's just a matter of pointing this right foot. Woo. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lengthen. 1 helicopter. Take it out to the side. Try to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. All the way back to center. And lower it down. All right, ditch your blocks. Bye. Thanks for nothing, jerks. Hands to the ground, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Reset here with 3 breaths. I want those full inhales and exhales. We get to moving after this. Yay, hi, Crystal. Good. After that final breath, lift up your heels, bend your knees, look to the top, hop, step, maybe take a little float to the top. Halfway lift, lengthen, and with your exhale, fold. Good, chair position, bend your knees, sweep the earth. Exhale, sweep the arms back, sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, stand tall, sweep up. Exhale, open up into a twist to the right. Good. Continue the pattern of those arms. Open up into a twist to your left. Yes. And all the way back up to standing. Forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga, high to mid plank. Know that you can do these hop backs if you want to get a little crazy. Downward facing. Heels high, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair position, sweep the arms. Sweep the arms back. All the way up to standing. Open twist to your left. Good. Continue the pattern of the arms. Twist to your right. And back up to the sky. Forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Fold to plant, chaturangas. We got a couple more. Upward and downward. Heels high. Bend your knees. Travel to the top. Gripping into those fingertips. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair position again. This time, if you want, lift up your heels. Good. Sweep the arms back. Up to standing, heels down. Open up, twist. Continue your pattern to the left. Back up to standing. Forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Fold to plant, chaturangas. Urdhva. Adho. Heels high. Bend the knees. Travel to the top. Half lift and fold. Chair pose. Again, heels up. Sweep the arms back. Heels down, rise to standing. Open twist to the left. Again, no hip disturbance. Sweep the arms down, up, around, twist to the right, all the way back up to the sky, forward fold. We have one more round. Half lift. Wow, my smoothie just came on up. Chaturanga, high to mid. I know, TMI, I know, but listen, we're all figuring this shit out. Heels high. This is it, kids. Let's go. Top of your mat. Halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair position. Heels high. Try to keep them up. Sweep the arms back behind you. Can the heels stay up, but you come all the way up to standing? Open twist to the right. Keep the pattern. Arms by hips. Open twist to the left. All the way back up. Forward fold, heels down. Oh no, you see what I'm doing? Halfway lift. Fold chaturanga. We've got last side. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Heels up. Bend the knees. Look to the top. Travel. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Heels up. Sweep the arms back. Oh. Try to keep the heels up. Come all the way up to standing. Open twist to your left. Continue the pattern of the arms all the way down and around to the right. Up to the sky. Forward fold. That's it, folks. So good. Halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga, high to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once more, reset with 3 breaths here. Feeling the sit bones lift to the sky. Good. Once you finish off that final breath, let's lift your right leg up to the sky. 3-legged dog. If you want, you can open up your hip. So you're rotating into the hip socket to open and trying to stack right on top of left. Try to press equally into both of your hands. Last 3. Last 2. Let's square off the hip on 1. Lengthen through the right leg again. And pull your knee in towards your nose, stepping through low lunge. Rise into a high crescent. Stacking the shoulders above your hips. And I know normally I'm going for something pretty short, so I want you to try to continue that pattern. So we're going to break down this move in the hips first. Then we'll take it into the arms. We're going to do a choo-choo train. So let's just have the hands on your hips here. We'll lengthen through the right leg, lean forward. Rebend into the knee and let that pull you back into place. Right leg is unmoving. Lengthen, lean, bend, and pull it back. If it helps to just hold this leg while you do it, I'm into it. Now try to make this movement continuous, as in never stopping. Last 3. Last 2. Woo. Wow. Last 1. Maintain this lean forward. Pivot your left heel down to the ground and then stack the shoulders back on top of the hips for your warrior 2 setup. Arms are going to reach to the front and back of your space. And I want you to trust the weight into this right foot, but keep your weight balanced in your center and in your pelvis. You can always test that by seeing if you can press into the outer edge of this left foot, engaging your left butt cheek. Yeah. One more breath in. One more breath out. Let's lengthen through this right leg. Right arm reaches up and back. Reverse triangle. Low lunge, take it all the way down to the ground. Frame up your right foot. We're going to shorten up our stance for pyramid pose, lengthening through the right leg. Now, right away, I want you to try to square off into the hips. If it helps you to use a block to square off and kind of push back into this right hip, I'm super down for that. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Good. Now try to create a lot of length into your spine. And I want you to lift up your heels in this position. Start to turn and twist your body over to your right-hand side so that the legs are crossed. Yeah. Now I've got a lot of flexion happening into my feet, and I'm trying to create a lot of length into my spine. You're probably going to feel this into the outside of your right hip and IT band. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's pivot ourselves back to the front of our space. Lean into this right foot, lift up this left leg, and then step it to the back of your space to go through high to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's work to our other side. Left leg lifts. Hip opens, bend into the knee. For this first one, think about placing equal weight into both of your hands. Now square off the hip, lengthen through your left leg. Woo! Knee to nose, big step through low lunge. And then let's come all the way up to our high crescent, just in the legs. No pressure. Now for our choo-choos, again, this left leg stayed relatively still. So if you need to hold on to it to check it, then let's do that. Lengthen through your right leg, let that lean you forward. Rebend into it and let that pull you back. Lengthen, lean, bend, pull back to stack. Now, if this doesn't make your butt hurt a little bit, I don't know. I mean, it's all those tiny muscles. Plus, we're working unilaterally. And anytime you're working unilaterally, you're helping balance out your imbalances. Last 3, 2, stay leaning forward on 1. Pivot this right heel down to the ground. Push yourself back into place for your warrior 2. My quad wants to leave the building right now. Right arm back, left arm forwards here. Trust the weight into the thigh, but keep your weight centered over your pelvis. Think stable, stable. If I tried to push you over, you wouldn't let me, yeah? Now lengthen out through your left leg, reverse Trikonasana. Rebend into the front knee, take it all the way down to the ground. Shorten up your stance, pyramid position. Think about squarest hips of your life. Even if that means you gotta pop up on a block, give a little push into this hip crease here. All right, folks, let's do that little twisty situation because we're actually gonna play with that a few more times. So heels pop up and you're gonna pivot the heels towards that right-hand corner of your mat if you're facing the front. And you're gonna walk your hands towards the left-hand corner. So if you're not feeling it in the outside of your hip, I'm gonna ask you to try to get longer through your spine. Hips and spine have a synchronized relationship with each other, so we can tap into it by adjusting our anatomy. Last 3. And 1. Make your way back to the front of your space. Woo! Pick up this right leg, lean into that left leg, and deepen the stance. Hide to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna go through another time. Right leg lifts, hip opens. Option here to take your left forearm down to the ground. So you're in this asymmetrical downward facing dog. Good, now try to just use your left tricep. Push into that left hand to square off, lengthen out the right leg. Pull right knee to chest, step through low lunge. Let's go all the way up into our high crescent, arms above the head. Full choo-choo train. You've got the legs, we just add the arms. Lengthen through the left leg, lean forward, reach forward, drag the fingertips to pull you back. Inhale, back up. Lengthen and lean. Last 3. 2. And 1. Meet me on your leaning position. Stay. Your arms are pointing forwards. I know that right thigh is quivering. It's burning. 3, 2, and 1. Pivot open into your Vira 2. Lengthen out the front leg, giving that quad a release, reverse trico. Take it all the way down to the ground. Low lunge. Step it forward into your pyramid position. If you want, friends, let the forehead come down towards your shin bone. Maybe you even walk the hands behind you and turn your palms so that they're facing the front of your mat. So instead of here, they're rotating around. Good. Take the hands back under your shoulders if they're somewhere else. Lift the heels, spin and pivot into that twisted shape again. Now listen, I want you to bend into your right knee. Yeah. So you're kind of leaning towards the front of your mat and try to pick up this left foot. You're floating it off the ground. Now I want you to tap the outer edge of the foot onto the ground and kick an imaginary soccer ball up to the sky. Maybe you keep your hands onto the ground. Maybe you take right hand to heart. Maybe you take both hands to heart. You balance. For 3. For 2. And 1. Take it all back to the front, spinning and pivoting. Left leg lifts. Work into that standing split. Now here you can play. I know we just stepped to the back of our mat on the other one. If you want to work on your inversions, you can take little hops. Think of this left leg staying straight the whole time, the right leg bending to propel. Keep working for 3, 2, and 1. Travel to the back of your mat, high to mid plank. You can always handstand hop your way back to downward facing dog. Whew. I know your shoulders want to break, but do one more round with me here. Left leg lifts, hip opens. Maybe the right forearm came down. Push into this right hand, lift the right elbow, square off, pull yourself through. Low lunge. High crescent, full choo-choos. Here we go, arms up to the sky. Lean forward by straightening your back leg. Brush the earth. Rebend to pull it back up. Are you breathing? Check in with that. When we stop breathing, we get to that edge closer. Last one. Lean it forwards, reach. Trust that left thigh, even though it wants to die. For 2 and 1. Open up, warrior 2. Lengthen the left leg, reverse trico. Take it all the way down, low lunge. Shorten up your stance. And fold deeper into the leg. Again, you can walk the hands into their external rotation behind you. Forehead can come to shin. And let's take the hands back under the shoulders, lift the heels, pivot yourself into that twisted shape. Now bend into your left leg. Yeah, this one, that one. And try to lift up your right foot off the ground. Tap, lift. Do you feel that in your inner thigh? I do. Ooh. Maybe the hands stay on the ground. Maybe the left hand comes to you. Maybe the right hand comes to you. 5, 4, 3, Jesus, 2, and 1. Take it all back to the front. Standing split, right leg lifts. Again, you can stay right here, drill that depth into your splits, or play with your inversion hops, bending and hopping. This is one surefire way to get your heart rate up. Last 3, 2, and 1. You can hop back, move through your high to mid plank again. Ooh. Down dog. And either child's pose or a kneel. So you can always rest like this. Sometimes child's pose is super smothering and we don't want to do that. 15 breaths here. Yeah. All right, my dears. We're heading into our last little bits of class. So exciting. Okay. Are you ready for our last flow? This is it. I know this has been a slow, weird burner, hasn't it? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take us through that last flow again, add on the final tricks and pieces, and you can do them or you don't have to. Okay? So let's go back into our downward facing dog. Take one more breath here for me. Lift up your right leg and open up the hip. Now we've already done this. We've already done forearms down. For an extra funky little piece, start to walk your left hand to the center of your mat. Start to walk your left hand even closer towards your left foot and maybe turn it full external. Big balance there. For 3. For 2. Woo. And 1. Left hand back to the top of your mat. Square off. Pull knee to nose. Big step through low lunge. Rise into your high crescent. Sweep your arms back. Lengthen out your back leg. Take off into warrior 3. Balance. Bend into your standing leg. Step back into your high crescent. You see what we're doing? One more time. Actually, let's do it 2 more times. Lengthen. Warrior 3. Bend into standing leg. Back up into high crescent. Last time, sweep the arms back, lean forward. Take off, warrior 3. Bend into standing leg. Back into your high crescent, warrior 2. Lengthen out the right leg, reverse trico. I'm already sorry, okay? Take it all the way down to your low lunge. Nice. Shorten up your stance. Pyramid. For my friends that got really deep and were able to turn your hands around, maybe I offer you a half pyramid here. Lift up your left heel. Bend into your left knee. See if you can pick this left foot up off the ground. If you've got that foot up off the ground, maybe tap the toes back to the earth. Lower your left knee, balance onto that left heel for a sec. Lean back, stand up, reach your arms forward, and lengthen the right leg. Last 3, 2, and 1. Take it back into your pyramid and pivot into your twist. Lean into the right knee. Again, pick up your left leg. Pull this left knee in towards your right. Try to grab your left toe with your right hand. Good. Try to stabilize and sit deep like a pistol squat. Left hand can reach out. There for 3 in your grasshopper. 2, and 1. Take yourself back up. Pivot towards the front of your space, standing split. Now you can again play with your handstand hops if you want. You can also skip it, meeting us back in down dog. We'll be there in 10 seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dogs where we meet, folks. Last round. Left leg lifts. Open up the hip. Again, we did the forearm thing. If you want that little balance challenge, walk the right hand mid-mat. Maybe full external, all the way back towards the foot. Right hand back to the ground, to the top of your mat. Square off, knee to nose, step through. High crescent, sweep the arms back, lean forward. Warrior 3. Good. Single-legged squat. Step back, high crescent. Sweep it long, lean forward. Warrior 3. Single squat. Take it back. I just want to cuss at myself right now. Lean forward. I'm going to do it for all of you. Fuck. Bend. Step back. Warrior 2. Lengthen the front leg, reverse trico. All the way down to your low lunge. Shorten up the stance, pyramid. You can hang in pyramid, or you walk the hands back, or you bent the right knee. Pick the foot up off the ground. You gotta lean back. You gotta lean back. Your fingertips are holding you for 3, 2. Foot can come back to the ground. All the way down to the knee. Yeah? So it's like you're in that little big toe pose. Arms forward. Try to lengthen the leg. Drive the tiny car. Last 3, 2. Oh, shit. Last 1. Foot comes back down to the ground. And come back up into your pyramid. Whew. Heels lift. Take a spin. Turning towards the right edge. Bend into your left leg. Elevate the right. Maybe you pulled the right knee in towards the left. Grab for the big toe. Kick it out to the side. And get low. This is tough. I'm just about falling the entire time. Last 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back up. Spin to the front. Last standing split. Last one. You got it. Maybe you played with your handstands. Last 3, 2, and 1. Final chaturangas. Upward facings. Downward facing dog. Now take your knees down to the ground. Have a seat on both of your heels. You guys did so good. So good. It's our last 8 minutes of class. Wow, time really flies. So here's what we'll do to finish off class. Let's sit off to one side. And we'll work into straddle. Because Melissa's here. Back into the saddle, back into the straddle. This is all I'm doing today, y'all. I'm fucking toast after that practice. Jeez. Whew. All right, now think about really gluing the backs of your knees towards the earth. Really flexing into your quadriceps here, staying tall. And then soften your legs. Bend into your knees. Good. Lengthen, straighten quads. Release. Bend into the knees a little bit. Last time. And then take a little rebend. Now lengthen them back into just neutral. Start to turn your body to the right and lean over this right leg. It's very twisty into the core. And that's what I like. I want us to get twisty into our cores. Now we've got 8 more seconds here for my little Billy badasses that want to try something cool. Think about still working over this leg, but coming onto your hands and either pushing into the hands to lift your butt and or button heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Woo! All right, bring yourself back up. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Leaning over that left leg. Think about right butt cheek still down onto the ground. Did you like how I had to like Pac-Man my legs to survive that? All right, now you can stay right here and be like, y'all have fun. I'll be here. Or take your hands to the ground. Push. You can just lift your butt. Or button legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Jesus. Bring yourself all the way to center. For as many times as I've said Jesus today, you'd think I'm religious. All right, now let's work forward into your straddle. Oh, but as you can see from my surroundings, my whole house is just skulls and naked chicks. It's not really a house of God, but that's okay. That's how we do it in this house. Ooh. All the way back up. And let's bend into both of your knees. Rainbow both knees to your right. And take a brief twist over this right leg. This is probably my favorite not pigeon hip opener shape. To me, when I have all the same intention into the hips, I'm getting as much of a stretch in my outer hip as I need in anything else. One more breath. Let's bring us all the way back up and do the same exact thing to the other side. Knees to the left. Really nice and squared over these staggered legs. Bring yourself all the way back up. Let's wiggle yourself all the way to the front of your space. And this is the last piece before your Shavasana. Show me your best boat position here. It can be here, it can be here, it can be your full teaser, whatever you want. You hold for 3, 2, cross your shin bones, hands by your side, lift your butt, 3, 2, 1. Back to boat. We got 2 more of those. Cross, lift. Back down, boat. 3, 2, last lift. Up. 3, 2, and 1. Butt down. Boat. And half boat. Lengthen it out. Hollow out the body. Give yourself the best camel toe of your life. For 3, for 2, and 1. Let it go. Take any little wiggles or movement you need before this. And then give yourself into the ground beneath you. Try to take your tongue away from your jaw. Away from the roof of your mouth, letting it sit, just center. Easy breath. Take a deeper breath here, my darlings. I'm just laughing at Beatrice's comment. Yes, breathe, wiggle, bring yourself back to life. Maybe you want to lay off to one side into a fetal position, rebirth, and then push yourself up to a seat. Praise. Oh, thank you all so much for doing that. That was a very tough little flow. Praise the Dark Lord, it is done. Give yourself a hug for that. Oh my gosh. I feel so lucky that I get to do this with y'all. I look forward to my Mondays with you. I'm so glad you came, Crystal, if you're still here. I know it can be tough when you don't stretch in a really long time and you come to a class like this and it's like, it's a little jarring, but but we did it. Yay. Thanks, Beatrice. Yeah, we had to have the hype horn buzzer in order to get through it. Otherwise, we would have just not. And we would have stopped. Even though we had to do one more side, we would have been like, whatever. Call me uneven. I'll see you later. Oh, that's awesome, Camille. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Angela. Angela, I miss you. How are you? Whoa, that's so cool, Camille. Isn't it great when you surprise yourself? That's like my favorite thing about this. Yeah. Sweaty, soggy, swampy. Yeah. It get real swampy in here sometimes. Did I tell you guys how I had to rescue a gecko out of this kitchen? It was so cute. At first, I thought he was on the window outside, and then I was like, oh, he's inside. Oh, good, Ange. Yes. I know. Sometimes our schedules just get us, and then we're like, damn it, I haven't been in here. Oh, thank you, Maheli. Muito obrigada. I like that. Ugh. I need more Brazilians in my life. That's just the facts. Have you guys ever heard or watched Brazilians fight? Their coaches are like the coolest. And I just like to call it the Brazilian hype squad. I think everybody needs a Brazilian hype squad. Oh, oh, from the beach? Oh my gosh. Yes, Shayla, call me. We'll be there. I'll be there with a ball jar and I'll handle it. Yeah, the Brazilian hype squad does a lot of like, oh, it's so good. So for next class, that's going to be the soundtrack for us. So you can do anything. Yes, true story. Maheli, now you can just lay on the beach and just absorb the sun. Yay! Ooh, let's see, what do we got on the schedule? No class on Wednesday, but on Friday, we're back to bar class. So that'll be at 5:00 p.m. Pacific, 8:00 p.m. Eastern. So I know my Europeans, that's like in the middle of the night for you, but it will be recorded. So I will post it. And I am planning more Saturday classes. People really like the morning. I had so many people randomly show up. We did one this past Saturday, so I'll definitely be doing those more because those were fun. Yeah. It was good. All right, my darlings. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you again this week, hopefully. So be sweet on yourself today. Drink a lot of water, hydrate, rest, because working is wonderful, but rest is more important. So I hope that you do restful, wonderful things for your soul and your spirit this week. Yes, be sweet to you, because that's the most important thing. Yes. I'll see you guys again next time, okay? All my love, hugs and kisses. And on Friday, Kamar will be here too. So the duo will be back. I'll see y'all next time.